Hi Megan, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm okay. So tell me what's going on today. What's up?
Well, today's Sunday, God bless, and we're just waiting to see what happens because Carolyn and John were both arrested over the weekend and each had to spend the night in jail. Um,
Now explain
you know,
who's now,
Char
now tell everybody here who is Carolyn and John. Who are they? They've been following your case, correct? Broadcasting and documenting
yeah,
your injustice and everything that's going on with your child custody case, right?
yeah, they've been supporting John Crappie does the TGI Now podcast, and Carolyn, has been helping me and supporting me and giving me a place to stay, and is a wonderful Christian mother. She's a 59-year-old widow and mother of four. John has his own children, and he's spoken out in the community for the good of the people. He's been a part of the community, and was, part of the commission and different, things within our community that he then left after, what he was experiencing and seeing, years ago. And so, yeah, and they were both there the day of the removal of the video that everyone saw. It started only about 10 minutes into the whole ordeal. Carolyn talked to the police and did everything right. And I was saying, please, I'm fighting for my baby, and they're taking my baby. A sad part is that they were supposed to come on Wednesday and do a home study before the Friday they took her, and they would have been able to calmly see the baby, see the home. We're supposed to be working towards getting the kids back, and this is like what they do in CPS. They keep adding to the case or coming up with things. And it's really sad to see how they twist things. It's terrifying actually to see how these people twist narratives and situations, but also to that, they've known for months that I was pregnant. They've had me come into court physically just so they could keep an eye on it. And they could have really talked to me beforehand as caring people and said, we know you're pregnant. We have your other three. So unfortunately, we're going to have to take her into custody. Let's make this as peaceful as possible, and this is what you're going to have to do. And they could have talked to us and
Yeah.
told us what was going to happen. They did not have to do. This is so literally insane. Like, if it sounds crazy to someone, it's because it is. This is literally crazy making.
So June 3rd, they came to your house to take your daughter away, correct? That was last Friday, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Last Friday.
now the people that were at the house with you, John and Carolyn, have now been arrested.
Yes. And there's a third warrant that we don't know if it's for Eddie or me.
And what type of charges are these? Like, what were they arrested for?
First degree felony for I mean, second, I believe, second or third degree felony, excuse me, for hindering the removal of a child.
So we all saw the viral video, right? The video of them removing your child at your house, and I saw John there, and John was documenting. I didn't see anything
Yes.
about hindering or obstruction or refusal to
No
allow
one
them to come
did.
in. Nothing, correct?
Right. We did not hinder. I called my attorney. I asked them not to take my child for a few minutes at the window. I
Which
said
every
my
mother would
rights.
do. Every mother would do that.
Yes. Yes. And I'm at my home. I had just had a baby. I don't have makeup on sitting waiting for a TV crew and this whole thing to happen. This is, it's really inhumane what the level that we're at here.
And you
It's
said
mind
there's a
blowing.
third warrant out. Do you feel like there's a warrant out for your arrest, possibly?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, they took our three IDs and said that they were starting a criminal investigation on the video. Everyone saw that, saying that, again, we were hindering or using police resources. Again, none of that was necessary. None of that was necessary. And for people to be on that level, to think that it was, and to make these narratives is really scary. And everyone should be concerned. I hate to say it.
So Carolyn was arrested at your house yesterday or 2 days ago, Friday night, right?
Yes, they came to the door and said, "Hi, we're sorry. I'm sorry. It was raining. I hit your car by accident." And of course, she went out the door to go look at the car with the person, and they took her around the side of the house and arrested her.
Wow, they did the bait someone to come out, the gaslighting someone to come out of the house to set them up and to arrest them. Unbelievable. This I seen Carolyn and John do nothing but help you and document you, and seen Carolyn at the courthouse
Hmm.
supporting you. It seems like
Hmm.
not only are they now coming after you, but now they're coming after your supporters. the ones that are
Yes.
sharing what's going on in your county against you.
Sadly, it seems so, Jonathan, and I'm sick of being the bad guy of having to say that, and be called crazy and all this. These people are law enforcement and DCF. They're saying that they're supposed to be working for the people. They're taking oaths, they're collecting salaries, and this is not a fight. I am done with this fighting word, this whole energy, because you know what? We are standing up for what is right to truly protect children, and we're speaking truth. And they're supposed to be listening and they're supposed to be on our side. That should be a very good thing. That should be, yes, there are issues. And that's why we go into these positions to address these issues and make sure they don't happen. And instead, they are the ones that make this fight word and energy. It's not okay.
So,
I'm done with it.
for anyone, like, what happens if you get arrested? Do you have money to get out on bond? I mean, how can people support you that are
Yeah, I
following your
mean,
case?
I have the Give Send Go / Meghan Walsh, MEGHANWALSH. But we are, trying to handle it on our own. But we do need help. I've lost my children and my entire life for the truth and for our children in this country. And people just really need to start researching and looking into the hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands of parents across this country that are also going through this, and even more children. So,
Do you believe
um,
that they could possibly trump up charges on you and then use these charges and this incident as justification to continue to take your children away from you?
well, I don't, I no longer make contracts with the devil. So I, to put it lightly, I guess, in that way. So, you know what? I'm hoping that people start standing up, and I'm not really going there, to be honest. We all need to start being careful what we say with our tongues and judging people and, allowing systems feeling that we don't have any power and, oh, what are we going to do? We just have to speak up and come together and demand that the right thing and justice is done. That's it. We know what good, right from wrong.
Well said. So I'll continue to share out your message, continue to follow your process. Now, you just had court on Friday, right? The Friday just a couple days ago.
I I had court twice this week. They took the baby Friday. I had court Tuesday and Friday. I had visits all day long in between with the kids. I'm trying to, the people are wondering if I did the case plan. Why doesn't she just do the case? I've done the case plan. They keep adding things. This is a playbook within CPS. I am not I am not unique. So that's what I've been doing all week. It's been DCF. And how are other parents across this country who are working class, who are struggling? We have huge issues in this country, especially now. How are they supposed to have their children ripped from them, especially under false allegations, and then be required to have work and a home and all this stuff when everything was just ripped away? And now your whole life is court dates and drug tests and visitation and facilities with your children. And you know what, Jonathan? My biggest thing here I want people to realize is that it truly is no one in this system looking and putting themselves in the place and perspective of the children themselves going through it and being put through it. That's where our main concern is, and thinking of the effects
Yes.
and the long-term effects that, they say the best interest of the children, and that they're trying to prevent, future possible adverse events. So now they're psychics and they can take our children and traumatize them and traumatize us and break us apart as families across this
Yeah.
country for their money,
You know,
you know,
and one of the problems we
and
have
patting
issues.
themselves on the back. Sorry.
Yeah, no, the issues is, in this society is the breakdown of families, and these
Yeah.
systems are doing that to families, breaking,
Yes,
destroying them, separating them, and then we want to know why we have problems in society. These children are
exactly.
growing up in a system, in a
Yeah,
foster care, institutionalized type system. I mean, yeah, I do honestly believe it does have psychological effects on the child. You're a caring mother. I've talked to you numerous times.
thank
You've
you.
done everything possible to give your children the best life. You're not a child abuser. You're not a child of neglect. You don't do any of that. And the children deserve to be in your care. They
Thank
need to
you.
be in your care. They need to be in your care ASAP. Each day, the trauma and the long-term psychological damage is just building.
My daughter the other day in our visit, Jonathan, said to me, "Oh my gosh," she started to get panicky and she said, I left the picture of you and Jack, the baby, when you first had him. I left it down in Florida, mommy." And I said, "Oh, that's okay, Ava. I'll get more pictures for you. We'll make sure that you get them." And I said, "What kind of pictures do you want? Like what do you want pictures of?" And she said, "Mommy, you know." It's just, and the kids get on
There
the
you go.
visits
I
and
mean,
they say,
and
"When
you
are
were
we coming
you were
home?"
just teary eyed when you said that. I mean,
Yeah.
I understand, and I'm praying for you. And there's lots of people. I've documented your injustice of what's going on, and there's a lot of people commenting on my videos that I'm documenting your experience, supporting you and praying for
Mm.
you, and know what's going on. Bringing awareness, I think, is the key to this situation here. Just stay
Yes,
strong.
it is.
Please, what I'm asking you is just don't do anything irrational. Do what you continue to do, and fight and get your children back. Don't give up hope. Do not give up hope. Power and prayer, things will work out.
Thank you, Jonathan. I really appreciate that. And I am a woman of God, and, I would never do anything to harm myself. I'm here to fight for my children back. They need their mother. And, we have to be bringing these other children back. This is much bigger than us. And, if we can focus on getting my kids back and setting an example, I truly, with all my heart, believe that this will have a big impact for the rest of us and the rest of these parents that have been fighting for over decades for their children back, even grandparents. And I'm all for healthy co-parenting and all of that. We want what is best. There are ways. No one in this system that comes forward or quits would be out of a job. They can have a different job that's actually helping children and families and supporting them and feel good when they go home at night. These workers and stuff, and even the law enforcement, they're exposed to, yes, horrific things. That's valid, that's real. But they need to then take it the responsibility as adults and people in those positions, especially, to either have therapy or only be able to do it for a couple years, or then be moved to a different department or something of that nature, where they don't get, these people are almost empty, it seems like, and very callous to this. And there's just better ways, Jonathan. That's all I'm trying to get out. And I really want to give people actionable things, and be able to see that there is hope. And we're not fighting. I'm rebuking this fight energy and word, and all of that. We're simply asking, and speaking up in grace and truth for justice. That's it.
And praying for now for John and Carolyn too. I mean, they're just by your side, documenting, fighting for you, and now they get caught up in it. And
Yeah.
they're trying to ensnare them now, and it's a felony charges. That's a serious matter. That can
Yes.
seriously affect the rest of their life simply by just documenting on what's happening to you. Scary times
Yes,
we're living in, man. Scary times.
it
I
is.
will follow their case too, and make sure they're okay, and share what's going on
Thank
with them,
you.
just your whole case. So I'll continue to
Thank you.
follow. I'll continue to check up. Stay strong. We all love you, and we all support you, Meghan.
Thank you, Jonathan. Yes, I couldn't do this without everybody, and Carolyn and John really need prayers, and we need to just all be covered at this time. And we thank everyone for their prayers, and we send ours back out. God bless everyone, please.
All right, Meghan. Stay strong. We'll be in touch, and God bless. We all support you.
Thanks, Jonathan. God
Thank you.
bless.
Bye bye, Meghan.